It was inevitable. It was going to happen sooner or later. The film came out. And now that insolent reviewer is going to praise it like it was Oscar-worthy. Even the audience and critics will praise this film. Well, let's see what they have to say about it. Good review, a bad review. Wait, what?
Here comes Hewy, gonna give you the news. Time to watch his animated movie reviews, whether hand-drawn, CGI, puppets or clay. If you've got a good story, you'll be making his day. See you at the movies, cartoon movies. See you at the movies, hold on to. See you at the movies, like nobody's business. Hey, see you at the movies, animated movies that is.
Hey everyone, I'm Hewy Toonmore. Welcome to Hewy's Animated Movie Reviews, the show where I review animated films from old to recent, whether they be hand-drawn, stop-motion, or computer-generated. Well, the annual Pixar event has been released, and this time they've gone a different route, choosing a fairy tale set in the Scottish Highlands as their story. But is it any good? Does it make up for the atrocity last year that was Cars 2? Well, kinda. So, released on June 25th, 2012, the movie is Brave. Now don't worry, I won't be spoiling the ending for you, no matter how predictable the plot may be. So, on with the review. Brave tells the story of Princess Merida, an independent girl who just wants to go out on her horse Angus and shoot arrows. However, her mother, Eleanor, wants her to be a traditional princess and be proper and poised. This becomes especially troublesome for Merida when 3 suitors come to wed her and she has to choose one of them. So Merida now goes off to change her fate, but it doesn't go quite as planned as Merida has to work together with her mother to solve it. So, what did I think of this movie? Well, it started out great, but kind of goes downhill once Merida changes her destiny.
Yes.
The story was very predictable. Hell, it seemed almost like a rehash of Brother Bear, and had a few too many cartoonish elements and some surprising adult humor.
Yes.
In fact, it didn't even feel like I was watching a Pixar movie as much as it was like watching something DreamWorks would have made.
Yes.
But I still enjoyed it.
What?
But don't get me wrong, it's not in the same league as other Pixar films like the Toy Story trilogy, The Incredibles, WALL-E, or Up. Far from it. It's more like Avatar or How to Train Your Dragon, where you care more about the characters and their environment rather than the actual story itself.
Is this a joke?
But to know the backstory of a movie like this, let's move on to trivia time. The story for Brave was conceived by Brenda Chapman, who previously served as head of story on Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King. It was inspired by her own relationship with her daughter, and the choice to take place in Scotland came out of Chapman's family history. Originally titled The Bear and the Bow, Chapman actually pitched the movie to Pixar as far back as 2004. But midway through production, Chapman was fired for creative differences, and a new director, Mark Andrews, was brought in to boost up the action. A shame, really. Maybe the film would have been better if they hadn't fired Chapman and let her do the movie the way she wanted. And why is the movie called Brave anyway? What was wrong with the original title, Bear and the Bow? The title Brave barely has anything to do with the actual movie. It's like when they replaced Rapunzel with Tangled or the upcoming Snow Queen movie with Frozen. Just pisses me off! Calm down, Toonmore. You're ranting again. Deep breath. There we go.
Damn it! I wanted them to explode.
As for the animation, well, it's Pixar animation, so no complaints there. Even though the character designs are a bit cartoonish, the animation on them is superb. From Merida's horse Angus to the mystical wisp spirits, and even Merida's hair. I'm serious, hair is one of the most difficult things to animate in CGI, but Pixar finally perfected it with this movie. And who better to do it than with a redhead? Don't worry, Sully, we still love ya. So now that we're done with trivia time, let's move on to the characters and the talented actors who brought them to life. The original choice to voice Merida was Reese Witherspoon, but the part instead went to native Scottish actress Kelly MacDonald, best known for her role in No Country for Old Men and for her role as Margaret Schroeder in HBO's Boardwalk Empire. She's the typical princess that wants more out of life than to be just a princess. Yeah, we've all seen that before. But Merida pulls it off well, even if it comes off a little bitchy at times. Plus, I just love that Scottish accent of hers. It's so adorable. Merida's mother, Queen Eleanor, is played by Emma Thompson, best known to me as Nanny McPhee and Captain Amelia from Disney's Treasure Planet. She's not really one of my favorite characters in the movie. She's far more bitchy than Merida at times, though you do understand why she does act that way. She's the queen, but she's also a mother trying to care for and provide for her family. Not a great character, but still pretty okay. The rest of the cast also consists of some of Scotland's most celebrated actors. The role of King Fergus, Merida's father, is played by Billy Connolly, who is without a doubt my absolute favorite character in the movie. He is the perfect example of the stereotypical Scotsman with his rowdy behavior, great strength, big appetite, and of course Connolly's vocal performance. This guy would be a really awesome dad, the kind you'd have beat up the kid who picks on you at school. Just saying. And the lords of the three other kingdoms are voiced by Robbie Coltrane, Craig Ferguson, and Kevin McKidd. Another great set of characters, if I do say so myself, especially Craig Ferguson. He must really like being in animated films, since this is the third one he's done already. And now for my final thoughts on the film. Overall, Brave is not one of Pixar's best films, but it's still a very enjoyable one. It starts off strong, then kinda drags when the second half begins, but picks up again during the finale. What it lacks in story makes up for in the characters, animation, and the environment. You may not like it as much as Pixar's past works, but if you have kids, I'm sure they'll enjoy it much more than you. I give this film a rating of 3.5 stars out of 5. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me for my next review. See the movies. Anime movies, that is.
How is this possible? How is he not cringing in agony or wallowing in sorrow? How did I fail? Well, at least a few of the critics disliked it. That's somewhat satisfying. But him, this open-mindedness, it's nauseating. Oh well, may as well go with my backup plan. Hola, video brigando, CGI again.